Hi! I'm as excited as a child is on Christmas morning because in just a couple of days, Stampin' Up! Is sending us on a dream vacation, an Alaskan cruise for two. And since it's already feeling like Christmas at my house, I thought what a great time to share with you my easy and elegant Christmas card made with the distinctive Stylish Christmas stamp set. One of the highlights of the Grand Vacations is the opportunity to swap handmade greeting cards with the other demonstrators. My easy and elegant stylish Christmas card I'm demonstrating for you today is my swap. I'm Shelley Godby, the owner and CEO of Stampin Smiles, and for 17 years I've been teaching others how to create their own hand stamped smiles. So I added a touch of elegance with a sizable layer of the gold foil sheets. I'm going to show you how to cut that 12 by 12 sheet to get as many pieces as possible. Here's a closer view of the stylish Christmas stamp set. This stamp set caught my attention immediately when I saw it in the 2018-2019 Stampin' Up! Catalog. And it's not because I was necessarily thinking about Christmas in May, it's because the incredible shading you get from the patent pending distinctive rubber stamps. And so my easy and elegant card, it just needed a little something more, and that is where the big shot comes in. My little something more is from perhaps my favorite embossing folder ever, the Tufted Dynamic Embossing Folder. And so we start our sandwich with just a big shot platform. The dynamic folders are so thick, we don't need a bottom cutting pad, but that's okay because we're not cutting anything. And so I'm going to use the shaded spruce cardstock, and to get an even deeper image with the dynamic embossing folders, it's recommended that you mist them with water, and I'm using a Stampin Spritzer. You get that nice fine mist. All right, so let's open up our folder and slide this in, and we want to make sure that it's nice and straight. So you just line that up like that. Let's close it. And we're told to put it through spine first. All right. And then the rest of our sandwich is a cutting pad. And go ahead and crank that 3,000 pounds of pressure on here. And look at the gorgeous detail you get. Oh my goodness. This folder just makes me oh so happy. We've got our embossing done, so now we're ready to stamp. So we have our beautiful poinsettia from the Stylish Christmas stamp set and Whisper White cardstock. And then I decided to try the new lovely lipstick classic stamping pad, one of the 2018-2020 in colors. So we're going to pick up that lid and then just slide that right in, and take our poinsettia and then come over here. That's a pretty solid image, so hold it down for an extra second or two, and look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so to close your pad, just a little push for that lip, and then there you go. You've got it all set. So I'm going to make this a little extra special by trimming this by hand. So I've got my paper snips, my favorite pair of scissors for doing this. Makes it so easy. And what I want to do is go around this and just leave that little white border. And so the longer cuts you can make, the better. When you do short little ones, they tend to get a little bit jaggy. And I find that I turn my cardstock more than I turn the scissors. So there we go. Boy, I love that border. A lot of times I do leave the border, not always. So you see how easy that is to do, and I have one finished. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, when we look at the Stylish Christmas stamp set, boy, I love this swirl. I didn't use it on today's card, but I know we'll be using that a lot more. And so for my card, my leaves had to be in one particular spot, and because I'm making a bunch of these for my swap, I thought, okay, we're going to use my Stamparatus. So here we go. And I've got more Whisper White cardstock. And I know a lot of people love to put it in the corner so they don't have to think about it when they put them in again. Here's a magnet. And I couldn't do that because the leaf stamp was going off the edge. So I just find it easy to come over here anyway and line it up here. I can remember to line it up against that edge. And then one of our super magnets, well, you know, mine broke immediately, but I like having two pieces. It works just fine for me. So we do want to hold that in place. And so what I did was I placed my poinsettia on my card as I was designing it to decide where I wanted my leaves, and I wanted them to come down underneath right about there. And so I practiced on scrap paper first. So that's where I want that. And then I have the shaded Spruce classic Stampin' Pad. Remember, that's the color of cardstock we embossed. So again, pick that up. And then let's just ink this. There we go. We'll come down here and press. Oh, isn't that beautiful? So my poinsettia will sit, and there we go. That's exactly what I wanted. And then next I wanted my greeting down here. Well, I couldn't do it all on one plate because the two stamps were hitting each other, but that's okay. We have a second plate with the Stamparatus. So I have that all set up. We'll just put this here, and then look, that's going to go exactly where I want it. Fabulous. And again, I'm going to use the shaded Spruce. This is one of the new colors, and gracious, is it ever pretty. You know, another cool thing about the Stamparatus is if you just don't get it dark enough, if I'm not pleased with how dark this is, I can just pick it up and do it again because it's always going to go in the same place unless I move it. So look how easy and quick that was to do my stamping, and that's sure going to be a big help. Before I'd hear my poinsettia, I've got a little bit more stamping to do, and so I've got the Pool Party Classic Stampin' Pad. So again, just pick that up and slide it in. And what you see me doing is wiping my hands on my stamping sleeves, just in case I got ink opening the pad. I could feel my hand touch that. It's like, okay, I don't want to smudge my cards. And so if you'd like to learn more about my stamping sleeves, I'll have a link under the video. So, okay, I've got my snowflakes, and I want to pepper those around, but I needed my poinsettia there so I'd get it right where I wanted and move it out of the way. Fantastic. And one more. Oh, how about right here? Oh, pretty, pretty, pretty. So one more time to close the pad, a little push, pull on that lip, and flip. There, we've got it. Okay, so fantastic. So this is okay laying on here flat, but oh boy, it just makes it so extra special. We just use the Stampin Dimensionals, the foam adhesive dots. Let's go ahead and let's see. I think 2 will be pretty good. And so you just press down with your thumbnail, and it makes the edge of that pop right up, easy to get off. There we go. And so we'll place this on here. Oh, like how my leaves are coming out. Very, very nice. Great. And so I put this on a gold foil sheet, and then I promised to show you how I cut it. So when I was ordering the cardstock for the swaps, or the gold foil sheets, I was planning 6 per sheet. And then when I started cutting, so I've got, you get your 12 by 12. Oh, gracious, so pretty. Isn't this already just looking so much better? And I planned for 6. I thought, well, I'll cut 4.5 and then 4.5. But when I cut the first 4.5, I thought, wait a minute, if I go 3 1/4, 3 1/4, so instead of 6, I got 7 out of here. So, and then the extra, well, of course, we'll save that for other projects, but 7 instead of 6. So just, same measurements, just changing it up a little bit. Okay, so because I'm attaching this to here, this isn't porous, and I'm going to use mini glue dots. We want extra strong adhesive. So we take these out of the container, peel it back in the light till you can see it, and then because we don't want to take away from the extreme stickiness, we're going to take the cardstock to it, press down, and 1 in each corner should be just fine. We didn't watercolor or do anything. There's nothing that's made this cardstock warp. We'll press this on after we get it all nice and centered. And I'll have a link to my blog post with all the supplies and the measurements to make my easy and elegant, stylish Christmas card. Oh, there we go. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, so remember we have our tufted embossed. Isn't that pretty? And so the water and the embossing warped it a little bit. So I take my bone folder, just smooth that out a little bit. There we go. I wanted the base of my card to be shaded spruce. And then when I decided I needed something a little bit more and decided to use the embossing folder, I don't particularly care for the the front of the card to be embossed because the embossing weakens it. So when I want it to be that color, I just go ahead and cut it a little bit smaller and then put it on the same base. So I have all that good strength. So now, because this isn't a flat image, we're going to use the mini glue dots again. Here we go. Because when cardstock's flat, the snail is great, but when you've got something like this where it can't lay flat, you want the good strong adhesive. And because it's not perfectly flat, let's use some extra mini glue dots. So instead of one in each corner, we're going to add some extra. You know, I was telling you, this is my swap card for the Alaskan Grand Vacation with Stampin' Up. And if you've ever thought about turning your hobby into a way of earning more income, maybe a little bit or even enough to earn these great vacations, I would love to talk to you about joining my team of Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. And if you join with me in July 2018, Stampin' Up! Is having a fantastic special to help boost your starter kit to have more to work with than normal. And so you are welcome to email or call me, and I'll have all that information below the video. And like I said, I'd love to have you join my team. All right, that's looking nice. All right, so we're happy, so we'll press everywhere. You know, if you ever get to the point, you know, when you thought, oh, that's not laying quite as flat as I want, let me show you a little trick that I like to do. My paper piercing tool, it is by my side at all times, and you can just pick one up and slide it right underneath. Slide it right in here, because we wouldn't want to pick up the whole thing to try to get there, but look how slick that works. And now we've got it extra secure. Love my paper piercing tool. Okay, so again, because this is embossed, and isn't that gorgeous, we need to use something extra strong, so more mini glue dots. And this time, nothing is warped, so one in each corner should be just absolutely fine. Oh, isn't that pretty? That embossing folder added, let me show you. I got to that point and I thought, okay, that's pretty, but oh, look at that. That just added so much, and that was so quick and easy to do, the embossing. That's centered, liking that. There we go. Okay, now just for our finishing touch, that gold really dressed this up. And so our little finishing touch is, we're going to use the gold metallic pearls. You get gold and silver. So again, with my paper piercing tool, I want to get up and underneath. Well, I don't know where that one went. We'll just get another one. And place it on the three. They've got the 3 dots right there. Alrighty. Right there. And one more. And boy, is that pretty with the gold foil sheets, just bringing it all together. There we go. All right, we're happy with the placement. Let's press those in as well. So there we go. An easy and elegant, stylish Christmas card. If you'd like to make my easy and elegant Christmas card with the distinctive stylish Christmas stamp set, all the supplies are listed under the video and available to order now in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. I'm Shelly Godby, teaching you how to create hand stamp smiles. Thanks for watching.